I grew up real violent and real aggressive, not because I wanted to be, but I was molested when I was a child. So I had this fear of being vulnerable. So I took every kind of martial arts you could take, and I even boxed. I did everything, and I wanted to be the toughest person on earth.
Known best for his incredibly popular Islah album, Kevin Gates is a man of many talents, but his path and story haven't always been so rosy. The rapper went through a lot of difficult things in his life, and the path he has walked has always been racked with thorns. Number 1. Kevin Gates was born on February 5, 1986, as Kevin Jerome Gilliard in New Orleans, Louisiana, prior to relocating to Baton Rouge. Since he was a little boy, Kevin has experienced extreme hardship. His father is African American, while his mother is Puerto Rican. When he was just 13 years old, he was arrested for the first time in 1999 on suspicion of joyriding with a passenger. Kevin Gates first lost touch with his biological father when he was a little child. Years went by, and he eventually made contact with him again as a teenager. Gates lost his father, who passed away from AIDS-related problems when he was just 14 years old. When Kevin was 17, he enrolled in Beto Community College. Number 2. According to Hotboxing, as a guest on Mike Tyson's podcast, Hotboxing with Mike Tyson, Kevin Gates revealed to the world a side of him that he had suppressed for quite a long time, intensely personal things. When Mike Tyson's co-host, Henry Cejudo, posed the question, "What brought you into the rap game?" Kevin opened up about issues most people did not expect. He claimed to have been molested as a child. He did not disclose who exactly molested him, but he went on to state mechanisms he used to deal with the psychological torture. Kevin went on to remark that rap was like an escape from everything that was going on around him, because he came from a very violent and brutal home filled with aggression. He felt vulnerable after being molested, so he tried every martial technique he could find. He did boxing and anything else he could get his hands on to feel macho. In his own words, Kevin Gates says,
I even boxed. I did everything, and I wanted to be the toughest person on earth. But writing and making music was always an escape for me.
He goes on to say that he lacked the courage to come out and admit to the world about that period of his life. Number 3. Kevin Gates has long spoken out about his religion. Gates is a practicing Muslim, along with his wife, Drika Gates, and went in September 2016 to Mecca for Hajj. "We've unknowingly been Muslims our entire lives," said Drika. She went on to explain that the two of them didn't just pop up one day and decide to practice Islam. Instead, she insists that there was no decision, but more so a way of life that they were already living. His album's title, Islah, also has religious connotations, considering the word Islah literally means to correct in Arabic. Number 4. Nearly 10 years after its release, Kevin Gates' 2013 track, Thinking With My Dick, featuring Juicy J, hit number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100. And yep, you guessed it, it's all thanks to TikTok. The track, off of Gates' mixtape Stranger Than Fiction, saw a massive boost in popularity this past week after its hook was used repeatedly on the app. The original video featured a man grooving to the song at Mardi Gras. The song's chart placement is a big accomplishment for Gates, since it's only his second effort to chart in the top 40 after his track Two Phones peaked at number 17. Number 5. With platinum singles and a platinum album under his belt, Kevin Gates isn't doing too badly when it comes to money. According to TopRichists.com, the Really rapper is worth $1.5 million. He has gained fame through his songs and also collaborated with numerous singers. Number 6. The rapper, incredibly enough, ended up earning a degree in psychology whilst imprisoned. When asked by Rolling Stone if he had a degree in psychology, Kevin answered, "Yeah, but I never went to college. I went to Baton Rouge Community College for a little while. I came home from prison when I was 17, and I went over there to BRCC. It was for a semester or two. I don't really remember because, oh man, I was just awesome then. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't even know what to call it. I was just in my prime then. But I never went to college as far as attending a university. I attended college in prison. I was in jail, so there ain't no going to no classes. Kevin, however, said that he realized he had already realized a lot of things they taught him in jail. They have programs in certain facilities where you can earn good time, and then you get time taken off your sentence. But as far as going to classes, it's not like that. You study, and then an administrator gives you a test. I got a master's in psychology. But really, I already had my master's in psychology. I just didn't know it. It was things that I already knew. Coming up in the streets, I had to learn how to read people early on. I'm a very analytical person. I observe a lot of the things that people don't notice. Number 7. Most rappers would jump at the chance to sign on with Cash Money Records, but not Kevin Gates. While most up-and-coming artists look at Baby and see opportunity, Gates saw something different. I listened to Birdman talk about how it got it out the mud and how it took him 20 years to build his brand. That inspired me, he said. I don't want no handouts. I want to get it out the mud. Number 8. Kevin and his wife Drika first met in high school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They got married in 2015 and have been together since then. Kevin's wife confessed her love for Kevin in an Instagram post in October before the couple's 2020 anniversary. Also, Kevin Gates never misses an opportunity to praise his wife, knowing that he has put her through a lot and that she deserves the best. In some of his songs, the rapper even mentions his wife. Kevin Gates is now a changed guy, but his wife has maintained that she never tried to change him. There was never a point that I was trying to change him. Yet, there were life lessons that I would try to get him to learn, but I realized I couldn't force that on him either. I really had to allow him to go to the path he was meant to go down and let him figure it out on his own. Number 9. Kevin Gates began his career in 2005 after signing with a local label, Dead Game Records. He formed a group with Torrance Hatch, now professionally known as Boosie Badazz, and Webster Gradney Jr., also known now as Webby. In 2007, the three released their mixtape, Pack of DeLittler, together. Their second mixtape, All or Nothing, was released in 2008. Unfortunately, Gates had a run-in with the law soon after, and he was sentenced to more than 2 years in prison. It is unknown why he was imprisoned. However, it was disclosed once that the majority of his interactions with the law were for various occurrences such as possession of a firearm or possession of illegal narcotics. He is often reported noting that he is simply just trying to keep my nose clean. Kevin Gates highlighted that when you have a past history, minor offenses cause confusion regardless of the incidental charge. No matter what the incidental charge, when I engage with the police or violate probation, that is it. That is it. You know what I'm saying. Unfortunately enough, this wasn't the first he had a vicious brush with the law. Number 10. Kevin Gates was 13 years old when he was arrested for the first time in 1999. He was arrested for joyriding while seated in the passenger seat. Despite the fact that he was a passenger, his arrest was continued. Gates stated in an interview that the first time I ever got arrested, I was 13 years of age. If they would have just pulled up to the jail, left me in the police car, never took me inside, and just took me back home, I don't think I'd ever have done anything else again. But what it did was, by me going into jail at such a young age, all it did was criminalize me in a sense. It kinda steered me in the wrong direction after getting there and settling in. It took the fear of jail away from me. Gates went on to explain that the encounter in jail made him ponder, "This is it? This jail ain't nothing." Psychologically, he was predisposed to criminal action due to his lack of dread of jail itself. He went on to say that once you have a mentality that lacks the element of fear of the law, you are more likely to participate in criminal activity. Kevin Gates started to perform more unlawful activities with the notion that he was simply doing it better, smarter. So which thing surprised you the most about Kevin Gates? Let us know in the comments below. Click on one of the 2 videos on screen right now.